Hello, cellos. This is going to be page number 3. So everyone take out page number 3 and take a look at the top. We're going to be going over our note G. And we're also going to be going over our bass clef, which is probably the most important symbol that we're going to be talking about this year. So the job of the bass clef, as you know, we talked about it a lot last year, is to tell the notes where they live on the music staff. So let's take a look at our note G. G lives in the very top space of our music staff. It lives inside the music staff at the very top space, the 4th space. Now every note's either going to be a line note or a space note, so we have to make sure that we can tell the difference. After we figure out where the note lives in the music staff, we have to figure out how to play it. And our note G, we have to use all 4 of our fingers to play G on the D string. So when we are playing, you have to make sure that each one of your fingers is on a finger tape, with the exception of your second finger. So your first finger is on that top finger tape. Your second finger hangs out between the first and third finger tapes. Third finger on the third finger tape, and fourth finger on your fourth finger tape. Okay, and make sure that your thumb is on the back of the cello, nice and rounded. It's kind of making a claw with your hand. You don't want your thumb to be too far over, or you'll start to grip the cello like this, and that'll actually cause a little bit of discomfort. So make sure that your thumb is rounded on the back of your cello, basically in line with where your middle finger would be. So think of a pinching. And each of your fingers is on a finger tape, pushing down the string all the way to the fingerboard. And that's how we play our note G. And it's really important to have all 4 of our fingers pressing down, because it helps keep the string down and helps the note vibrate and the tone to become nice and resonant. So number 13, we're going to be saying, not playing G. So let's say it first. Ready? G, here we go. G, 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 rest, 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 G, 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 rest, rest, rest. Good. Now to play G, like I said before, all 4 fingers will be down on your finger tapes, with the exception of your second finger, pushing each finger down to the fingerboard so you feel the fingerboard underneath you. This is the note that requires the most amount of finger strength, so if you're having problems hearing the note nice and clearly, it's probably because one of your fingers or all of your fingers aren't pushing down strong enough. So push down. And remember, elbow up. You don't want to tuck your elbow in. We don't want dinosaur arms. You want your elbow out just a little bit, not too high like a chicken wing, not too low like a T-Rex, but nice and even with your shoulder. Thumb on the back of the neck, nice and rounded, pushing down. Nice pressure. And the bow on the D string, just like we were doing on the open D string, but now we have 4 fingers down. Ready? Number 13. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Good. So if you're having an issue with the way your instrument sounds, if it sounds something like this, it's whispery, it's not full sounding, it's because the string is not pushing all the way down. You're only getting about half the note. So make sure that the string is pushing down nice and strong so it has that chance to vibrate, because if it's only pushed down halfway, it's going to sound like that whisper, faint sound, and we don't want that. So number 13 and 14 is your note G. Number 15 is the tricky one. It's going between G and D. And it's tricky because we start with all 4 of our fingers down for G. Then we pick them up for D. And remember, when we pick up our fingers, we want to keep our hand nice and close, because if our fingers fly far away, it's really hard to get your fingers back in time on the right fingertip. So keep them nice and close. I'm going to play number 15 for us. Ready? 15, here I go. Pick them up. Keep them close. Put them back down. Pick them up. And put them down. Okay? So number 15 and 16 are quite challenging if your fingers aren't up to strength. So those are really good ones. I call them finger push-ups because they're constantly going up and down. So those are really great examples to practice if you're having trouble getting the note to sound nice and clear. So your job right now is to practice all of the numbers on page 3 and make sure that fourth finger G is really strong and really speaks, because all the other notes that follow G are actually a little bit easier because you don't have to use all 4 of your fingers.